Hey everybody, it is Kevin here with BombBomb. I'm going to give it just a couple of seconds here to make sure all of the technical stuff kind of falls into place here. But once we've got that going, we will jump into it. And it looks like we are good to go. Looks like everything is rocking and rolling. So awesome. Well, I want to just jump into this and I want to start with saying I think I know a little bit about what you might be thinking right now. You're probably thinking, I'm excited about video. I'm excited about the potential of what video can do in my business. I also don't want to have to learn a new product. I've got so much tech in my world. I don't need another thing to have to figure out, right? I don't want to waste the next hour of my time learning a bunch of stuff that I'm just going to forget and be thinking about business and all those sort of things. Well, guess what? I don't want that either. So we're not going to do that. Deal? We're going to go a different direction, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with what we're going to do here. I'm not going to talk about BombBomb nearly as much as you probably think. What I'm going to talk about the most is the most important thing. It's you. It's you and your business. Because really, BombBomb's goal here is to help every person in the mortgage industry record, send, and track video securely and effectively. Because we want you to be able to break through the digital noise and communicate more clearly. Well, if we don't focus on you and what you're striving for right now in your business, it doesn't matter how clearly we communicate that because we don't know what we're communicating. So that's where we want to start. We want to start at the core of all of this. And then I'm excited to show you how video really can help communicate that and rehumanize and make things as clear as we possibly can to help you build relationships, because relationships are the whole point of this. So to introduce myself, my name is Kevin Andrews. As you can see, I'm the Client Enablement Manager here at BombBomb. I've been with BombBomb for a little over 3 years. And I can't tell you the number of LOs and lenders just like yourself that I've spoken with over the years and how many we've been able to help achieve the goals that they're looking for. So I know this time of year is really pivotal for you in the mortgage industry in looking for ways to generate more business through your database, through your referral partners and those sort of things. So that's exactly what we're going to focus on today, okay? So I want to start by addressing kind of a misconception that I hear from time to time as people are looking into video. And the number one thing is what we do. What is video? Well, a lot of people think about this first and foremost. Now, this is what we would consider marketing through video. And what I mean by that is the fancy cameras, the drones, the green screens, the hiring people, the spending lots of money to do video. Well, that's great. If you're already doing it, keep doing it. I'm not here to tell you that that is bad. There's amazing places where you're going to use video for marketing. But that's not the primary place that BombBomb is going to focus. Where are we going to focus? On building better relationships through video. So what I mean by that is it's the difference between marketing through video and actually using video as an enablement tool. So think about this. When is the last text email that you sent out? Right? You've probably sent what, 20, 30, 40, I don't know, 50 emails already today. You guys send out a ton of emails in your industry specifically. So how effective were those? How well did they communicate not only the message you were trying to get across, but actually give bits and pieces of you? Maybe not as well as we would like, right? So what I want to do is show you that it's not about the production quality of the video, but it's about the areas where we can actually replace just the text information with video itself. So let me show you a quick example of that. What if I sent you a thank you for coming to this training and it looked something like this, right? It was just text. It was all that sort of stuff. Does that have a lot of clarity of what I'm trying to get across? Does that have a lot of emotion and a lot of the tone that I'm bringing in this? Yeah, not nearly as much as I would want. I want you to continue the excitement you're going to have from this training long after we get off of this. So what if I was able to change this and not just do text and do something that looks a little bit more like this?
Hey, it is Kevin here with BombBomb, and I wanted to stop and take a second to just say thank you. Thank you for looking into BombBomb. Thank you for signing up for this training session. I can't tell you how excited we are to not only talk about how to build up the confidence to be on video, but also give you the tools of what to say and when to say it. So grab your pen, grab your paper, and let's jump right in.
Much more of me is in that video. A lot, right? It's so much more my personality. It's so much more fun for you to engage with. And you know what? How much better response are you going to feel and want to have back to me if you get that? How much of a better response are your clients going to have to respond back to you with if you're sending video like this. Let's break it down a little bit. We do a lot of communicating with our customers and seeing how well this is working for them. So I don't want you to just feel it. I want you to see exactly what it's doing for our clients. So we're going to play a quick little game here that I like to call Who Wants to Be a BombBomb Heir? Now, I know it's a brilliant name. I don't know how I came up with it myself. But basically what we're going to do is I'm going to show you some numbers, some percentages. And I want you to try and guess what that percentage represents in regards to video. So if you have a pen and paper in front of you, great. I want you to jot these down to think about this. If you don't, run and grab it real quick. As I start mapping these down, you'll be able to catch up as we're going through this. So the first number I'm going to throw your way is 81%. What do you think that could represent when it comes to video? The next number is 87%. So going up a little bit here. Third number is 68%. Fourth number is 90%. What do you think 90%? That's a pretty high percentage. What could that represent? And last but not least, 56%. So in talking with our customers, what do you think these percentages could represent for them? Well, I'm just going to give it away. I'm just going to tell you now. Let's go one by one. 81%. 81% of our clients who replied to the survey that we sent out said, I get more replies and responses by using video versus using text. 87% reported that they get more click-throughs because they're using video. 68% increased their lead conversion because they stopped using as much text email and started using video. 90% say they stay in touch more effectively through using video. And last but not least, 56% say they get more referrals by using video and getting themselves in front of more of their people. That's amazing. It's not just that feeling that I showed you a second ago in the text versus video. People are seeing real results and seeing real reactions from real people because they're switching over to video. Now, because we love doing this sort of stuff here at BombBomb, we actually dove a little bit deeper into this to see, I wonder if when people go through training, they get the same results or how that differs. Well, guess what? They get better results. So what we found is that in these exact same areas, these exact same spots, 1 in 6 doubled or more than doubled their replies and responses after they went through training because they used video. 1/4 doubled, 1 in 10 doubled, 1 in 4 doubled, 1 in 10 doubled. People that went through training, just like what you're doing right now, congratulations, they started to see even better results than those percentages that I just showed you there. So that's what I'm excited about is when we polled everybody, 77% of people reported that video improved their results compared to text, and 20% reported that they doubled their results. That's my mission for this training, is I want you in that 20%. I want you doubling your results. I want you to see results everywhere, but the number one area you're wanting to focus on, that's where I want to help you double. Okay? So how are we going to do that? Well, our agenda for today is actually really simple. First and foremost, I'm going to help you overcome that fear, that first hurdle of jumping into video that I'm sure you can relate to right now is that nervousness about doing it. Well, we're going to help overcome that today. Number 2, I'm going to give you some tips. I'm going to give you real actionable tips that you can start to focus on to make sure that your video is as successful as it possibly can be. Number 3, ways to use video today. I'm going to show you real life examples of other lenders, other LOs, other people in your mortgage industry specifically using video so that you know what to do today. And I'm going to give you kind of a spoiler for the future of this. One, I'm going to show you the #1 video that we see getting the best results for people. I'm going to show you an example of that. I'm also going to show you one of the best ways that we're seeing lenders use video, and they're reporting amazing stats back to us. I'm going to show you both of those as we work through this. So be excited about that. Last but not least, I'm going to challenge you. We're not just going to have this training and send you on with your way and hope for the best. I'm going to actually challenge you to start doing something at the end of this call so that you can start to see the results and put all of this into action, okay? So now that we focused on what's going to happen over the next little bit, I want you to think real quickly here on the past. On the last, maybe it was 1 day ago, maybe it was 5 days ago, 10 days ago, 25 days ago. What made you sign up for BombBomb? Now, I don't mean who told you to sign up for BombBomb. I'm not thinking, oh, my coach told me to do it, or my office manager said she's using it and I need to use it, or your realtor is using it and they told you to. That's not what I mean. What I mean is when that person told you to, What in your head, what did that little voice say that made you actually go to BombBomb and sign up with all your information in it? What inside of you made you sign up for BombBomb? Now, I get a lot of different answers, especially from the mortgage industry specifically. I mean, I have some people that say, oh, I wanted to convert more leads. I'm getting a lot of new leads. I think video might help me convert more of those. I have some people that say, gosh, I've got to improve the amount of referrals that I'm getting from my real estate referral partners, right? I've even got some people that say, I know I can talk a lot faster than I can type. I want to be more efficient. That's why I'm looking into video. And all of those are great answers. Maybe you're thinking some of those right now. But I want to show you the top two that I get the most often when I ask this question. Number one, stand out. I know there's a lot of lenders in my area, in my city, and I don't want to just be another one. I could throw a rock and hit another lender in my city right now. And I don't want to just be another lender behind a computer sending messages. I want to stand out. I want to differentiate myself from the other people in my area. Number two, relationships. I want to figure out how I can build relationships better and how I can maintain those existing relationships better. I want a more effective way to do that. So whichever one of the things that I showed you that you just connected with, I want you to think about that and I want you to write that down. Because my gut is that that is probably associated with your number one focus right now in your business. So I want you to think, what is your number one goal that you're hoping to achieve in the next few months here? For some of you, it may be a hurdle that you're trying to overcome or change or fix within your business. What is that number one thing that if you accomplish that over the next few months and accomplish nothing else, you can walk away with your head held high? Write that down right now on the piece of paper. Why are we talking about this? Why is this a focus? Well, the reason being is because you've got plenty of stuff to do as a lender, as a loan officer. You're not looking for more things to do. What you are looking to do is achieve these goals. And I want you to start thinking about every video, every email, every activity that you do as one step closer to your goal. How can we make those the best steps possible? Is a text email the biggest step I can take right now? Or is a video email one bigger step there? I want you to start thinking about every video as one step closer. So now that we know where we're headed, now that we know the goal that we're shooting for, we also know that video is more effective than text because I showed you that example. We also know that real use cases, real people in my industry, in the mortgage world, are seeing success with this. Why wouldn't you want to use video? Well, I'll tell you the thing that I hear most commonly. The number one thing that I hear the most is fear. It's that fear of video that I was talking about earlier. Like, what is that? What is that thing that makes us nervous to actually record and put ourselves on camera? Well, I'll tell you what I've learned. I've learned that there's a lot of things about ourselves that we wish we could change. There's a lot of things that if I had a magic wand and make them all disappear, I would probably do that right now. And here's what I want you to know. We all have those. We all feel those things. And we all have that nervousness and that vulnerability that if I record a video and put myself out there, I cannot control the response to that. Well, guess what? You're already doing that. Day to day, as a loan officer, you're going out and meeting with people. You're calling people and leaving voicemails. You're doing all of these things. Those are the exact same steps of putting yourself out there. We're just doing it in video form. So let's talk about that fact that everybody feels it, right? How many of you recognize this handsome gentleman that I just put up? I'm sure some of you are going, oh yeah, duh, it's Joaquin Phoenix. Well, for those of you who didn't get that right away or don't know him, this is Joaquin Phoenix. He's a professional actor. He's been nominated for 3 Oscars. He's won a Golden Globe, won some SAG awards. I could go on forever with all of the different nominations and the different things he's achieved in his career. Needless to say, he's really good. He's a very good trained actor. And he was recently asked, hey, do you rewatch your videos? Do you like seeing your performances that you put out there? And his response to this was interesting. He said, I don't want to watch myself. I mean, of course, there's a part of you that's curious for a second, and I constantly have to tell myself, no, because it stands a greater chance of having a negative effect on my future work. So he's associating, he knows if he watches himself, that it will most likely negatively affect what he does in the future. Why do you think that is? It's because of those things. It's because of that fear and those things that he sees in himself that he doesn't necessarily love the most. So if Joaquin Phoenix, arguably one of the best trained actors of this recent generation, feels that, has that nervousness. How do you think this guy feels? Well, if you didn't associate, that's me. So I want to tell you some of the things that I notice. When I look at that picture, the two things that I immediately notice is those big bags under my eyes from when I smile and the big gap between my two front teeth. I've had it since I was 8 years old, and it's still the first thing I notice when I look at a picture. Those are my things. When I watch a video of myself, the first thing I notice is that I do not like the way my voice sounds. My voice sounds way cooler in my head than it does when I actually hear it back in my ear. I'm nervous about how people are going to respond to those things. That's where the fear is coming from. The fear isn't recording a video. It's that I might put those vulnerabilities out in the world and people may not like them. Well, guess what? You're not the first person to feel that way. You're not going to be the last. I want to show you a couple of headshots here of people who have literally been in the exact same seat as you and felt the exact same things that you're feeling right now. Jeff Wagner, he's actually a loan officer. He's been with BombBomb since 2015. He's actually done almost 2,500 videos in the handful of years that he has been with us. He recently just got rated the #5 BombBomb video influencer in our 2018 Mortgage Influencers Guide. He went from feeling nervous just like you to being rated #5 BombBomb influencer in our guide. And he's got an amazing story of real life practical application, how he's using video to turn that into business. Kelly Zitlow over there on the left, she hasn't been with us quite as long, about 2 years, but not only is she killing it by doing BombBomb videos, she also got rated in our BombBomb Video Influencers Guide as the #4 in the Mortgage Influencers Guide in the YouTube category. We're not all about just BombBomb. We want you to use video in the most effective ways possible. And she's using it in lots of different areas. So, hint, I told you I'm going to show you the #1 most effective thing. It was Kelly. Kelly's doing that. I'm going to show you her example in just a little bit here. But last but certainly not least, Tyler Baker. So Tyler Baker actually has just an awesome story. He joined with us in July of 2018. And what's really cool, even though he'd been in the mortgage industry for over 10 years, he sent 800 videos in his first year with BombBomb. He went from feeling nervous about doing this to sending 800 videos in 1 year. That's what we're going to help you get to. And you know how we're going to do that? Because we're going to take that fear and those vulnerabilities that we just talked about, and we're going to turn them into something good. Do you know who Brene Brown is? Brene Brown's actually a research professor. She works at the University of Houston. Maybe you've seen her on Netflix. She has a Netflix special. She also has one of the most watched TED Talks of all time. I think there's like over 35 million views on her TED Talk. What she does is she actually researches vulnerability and shame and empathy and courage and all these things that we all feel, but we don't like to talk about, right? They're not things that we're super comfortable with. She's taken that information and compiled it into 5 #1 New York Times bestsellers. They're great. I just recently read Daring Greatly, highly recommend it to any of you out there. But what I love about her is she frames vulnerability in a whole new way. Vulnerability is the birthplace of innovation, creativity, and change. Wow, that's really cool. What if we were able to take that fear and that vulnerability and take it from something that's holding us back, that's a ball and chain, not letting us get to where we want, and we turn that into a springboard so that it's actually the thing that's propelling us to innovate in our business. It's propelling us to be more creative and find that change that we want in our business. What if the vulnerability was the one thing that helps you achieve that goal that you just wrote down? Look down at your paper again. Look at that goal. What if your vulnerability, the things that you were the most nervous about, were the things that really helped you get there? That's my goal, is to show you that those things are actually what humanize you, and that your humanity is what's connecting you to your clients more effectively. That's what people want to see because they can relate to that. I'm excited. So I think this is going to be really exciting. We're going to take all that, and now I want to jump into a little bit of the nuts and bolts of some of this. Okay, you ready? So the first thing that I want to do is I'm going to show you some quick best practices. You're going to love this. It's easy. I call it the STEP method. And what I mean by that is this is actually the first step that you're going to take in jumping into video. It's the first thing you're going to do right before you record any video. Now, the other part about this that I like, it's an acronym, so I can use it so you can remember things easily. What does the S represent? Smile. I want you to smile at the beginning of your video. I want you to smile at the end of your video. It's real simple. Smiles are infectious. The place that it goes in our brain makes it hard to not respond with a smile. Let's start people feeling really warm. Let's leave people feeling really great with that smile. Easy peasy. #2, time. Now, there's a couple of rules that I like to give with this. One, I don't want your videos being over 60 seconds long. That's a general rule of thumb I want you to focus on. Now, my more specific rule is the less amount of time I've known somebody, the less amount of time I'm going to make that video, right? So if it's a new person I've never met before, maybe I keep that at about 30 seconds. If it's somebody I've known for a really long time, I might be able to go over that 60 seconds, and that's okay. They will do that. As long as the value is there, I can give them that length. So general rule of thumb with time, try to keep your videos under 60 seconds. Number 3, eye contact. And what do I mean by that? We're not even really talking to anybody. Well, yeah, you are. You're talking to the recipient, and that recipient is not in your video on your screen. Don't watch yourself. Make eye contact with the lens of the camera. That's the difference in conveying that emotion, having it feel personal, having it be something that they connect with directly. Just like if you were talking to them face to face, we don't look all around all the time and not actually stare at anybody when we talk. Talk to them. Let them know that you care. And last but not least, personal. Now, what do I mean by personal? Well, one, personalize these videos, right? Make it personal to each person so that they can feel that. But I also want to take it one step further with a whiteboard, or you can even use a notepad or anything like that. You can see I've written "Hi, John" on this. I'm going to hold this up at the beginning of my video so that I can personalize this. What's great about this? Well, the number one hurdle when somebody opens your email is we need to get them to play the video so that they can feel that emotion. When they see that this is a video only and specifically for them before they've even clicked the play button, we've already had an impact and they haven't even watched a second of it. So write their name, personalize that, so when BombBomb builds that animated preview for you that gets embedded in the email, they'll be able to see that there's a video specifically for them. So let's take all of those. If you didn't write those down, do. STEP, smile, time, eye contact, personal. These are the last things I want you to think about prior to hitting that record button. And then when you're recording, you can only focus on value, okay? All right, so let's jump in. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I've warned you a couple of times, giving you a heads up that I'm gonna show you the #1 most effective video that we see here at BombBomb. So you ready for this? Ready? Drum roll, get all excited. A thank you video. Thank you video? Yeah, a thank you video. I know it's probably not what you were expecting, but think about this. When is the last time that you, for no reason, reached out to somebody to say thank you? When was the last time somebody reached out to you for no reason, no agenda, just to say thank you? Well, if you're like most people, probably not as recently as you would have liked. That's why this is so impactful. I want you to think about all the people in your world and think about how many people have done something for you or have helped you, or people that have just made an impact on you that you can reach out and say thank you to. It can be for anything. It's extremely personal. There's a deep appreciation that's tied into that. And Kelly Zitlow, the headshot that I showed you earlier, does an amazing job of doing this, stopping where she's at and showing somebody that appreciation she has for them.
Hey, Sanjog. Hi, Sanjog. Hey, we just wanted you to know how much we appreciate you. So great working with you this month. And even though you're going to take a hiatus from the American dream, we still want to be in your life and help you with your business.
Yeah, I'm going to be all up in your grill, just so you know. Hey, congratulations on the successful closing today, and many more to come, right?
Bye, Sanjog.
Bye.
How impactful do you think that was on that recipient? How impactful do you think this was for Kelly and for her friend who recorded and sent that video? This is a high impact video that makes a big difference for people. Now, she did a great job with the step method. They smiled the whole time, great eye contact. It's really personal. They didn't use the whiteboard. That's okay, because this was just somebody they know. It still has that personalization. She does a great job with that. Now, I want you to think about this because of that high impact of this, right? We talked about how it's going to impact the sender and the recipient. We actually have, we go around and speak at conventions all the time. Steve, our CMO here at BombBomb, has a recent story where he was speaking to a whole crowd of people, and right before a break, he said, you know what, I want in the next 15 minutes during this break, I want you to record and send a thank you video to somebody you know. He challenged them to do that, right? Well, they all did it. He was talking to somebody during the break, and he said he had a woman come up to him with tears in her eyes and say, Steve, I sent a thank you video to somebody and I already got a reply minutes later. She said, the reply said, you have no idea how much this meant to me. I was having the worst day. I was down in the dumps. And this video literally changed the projection of where I was going today. Thank you. I can't tell you how much that made a difference in my day. That impacted the recipient. It obviously impacted the sender too. She was crying as she came up to Steve to tell him this story. This is what we're seeing all the time. Now, Kelly and them, they threw in a congratulations in there on the closing too. That's great. That's an amazing reason to reach out as well. But I think what's so neat about this is you're not going to be referring to business in these messages, but you'll be shocked at how quickly these conversations will actually turn to business conversations for you as well. So thank you, videos. So number one, don't forget it. Write it down. I'm excited because that's going to be a great way, a comfortable way for you to reach out to people you know and show appreciation for that. Now, I also told you that I was going to show you the number one way, one of the best responses that we're hearing lenders get back to us on how they're seeing success with video. And guess what that is? It's an update. One of the biggest pains that we hear from you guys all the time is, I'm really not face-to-face with my clients hardly ever throughout the process. Right? Maybe I meet them at the beginning, maybe at the closing table. For some people, I never meet them face-to-face at all. Well, this is an amazing way. Tyler Baker has actually taken this opportunity to give weekly updates. Not only does it keep him face-to-face with that client and with the agents that are tied to this as well, but it also alleviates all of the questions and all of the concern they have about where they're headed with this transaction. So watch this. It's easy peasy. He does it really simply, but it's so effective.
Hey, what's up, Trent? Tyler Baker, Movement Mortgage. Hey, man, just told you the other day we talked on the phone. I do these updates every single Thursday. Most of the time I do them by video, put a face to the name, all that stuff. Anyway, just your Thursday update for the new construction that my buyers, Jim and Angela Williams, are purchasing from you. And let's see, we are out of underwriting. You should have gotten an email on that. If you didn't, just a couple little small conditions. Pretty sure we've already got those cleared anyway.
Think about how much more clarity he brought into that. There was a couple of issues with this specific one, but he's able to put that at ease to them and to this agent that he's reaching out to by saying, we've got it under control. We're going to get that stuff taken care of. Do not worry about it. So one, he personalized it. He got himself in front of these people that he's not getting to see. He also saved himself a heck of a lot of time. One of the things that I hear from LOs and lenders that are doing this technique is, this saves me so much time. By taking this time once a week, like Tyler does on Thursdays, I save myself so many back and forth emails and so many questions. Ultimately, by taking that few minutes, I've saved myself much, much more time in that process. And now he's setting himself up, the agent up, the team up, all for success throughout this process. So think about some of the loans that you're working on right now, or some of the things that maybe are close to in the works, and think about how you can update the people that are involved in that with that, so that there's no questions, so that you're differentiating yourself from the other lenders around. That's how you start to build this amazing referral pipeline, because you offer a service that they're not getting from anywhere else. Now, the best part about this is you can see he literally just grabbed his phone. BombBomb here, we've got an amazing mobile app that's built into your phone, whether you're Android or Apple. You can see we've actually got our tracking here. So you can see opens, plays, clicks. But what I want you to focus on here is that red record button at the bottom. When you click that, I literally pop it up, I hit record, and I can record that video very simply, very easily, straight from my phone. As soon as I'm done, I'll go ahead and tap the stop button there and click next to approve it. And what you can see on this screen is that we give you options on how to deliver that. You can email it, you can save it to your library, or you can also text message or post these videos to social. So you've got a lot of different options as far as how you can deliver that content once it's in BombBomb. Now, Tyler chooses email so that he has that tracking functionality. That's what I chose here. All you have to do is put in the recipient, put in the subject line, and you can add text to the body of the email that will go below the video. Once I'm good on that, I click send in the top right. My email's off, and I'm on to the next part of your day. So not only are these more impactful, they're really easy to do, especially through the BombBomb system. So the third suggestion, the third idea that I want to give you guys is actually probably something you're going to go, wait a minute, I'm kind of already doing that. Happy birthday, right? How many of you are reaching out to your clients on their birthdays? I know a lot of the people I talk to say, oh yeah, I go on Facebook and I post something on Facebook there. Well, guess what? This is an actual snapshot of my Facebook page on my last birthday in August. Think about how many of these messages I actually remember now. Think about how many of these messages I actually remembered a couple of days later. None of them, right? Think about how many of these messages that I actually got. I got hundreds of these on my birthday. not only do I want you doing the activity, I want you to be impactful with it. We're not doing things to just check a box. We're doing things to build that rapport, build that relationship, and make a deeper impact on our clients. So I want to show you Eric Peltier here. He does an amazing job of making this unique and memorable. So he's not just checking the box, he's making it something that starts conversations and shows that appreciation to his clients.
Hey, Nicole, it's Eric Peltier with Citywide Home Loans, sending you a video today to wish you a very happy birthday and to tell you about other famous people you share your birthday with. Here's the list. You share your birthday with musician Irving Berlin, born in 1888, painter Salvador Dali, born in 1904, Mike Nesbitt of the Monkees, born in 1957, football great Cam Newton, born in 1989, and currently my daughter's favorite musician, Sabrina Carpenter, born in 1999. Hope you're doing well. I look forward to helping you, your friends, your family, anybody you might know that's a mortgage. Happy birthday, Nicole.
Awesome. He kills the step method on that, right? It's short and sweet. He used the whiteboard to personalize at the beginning. He's smiling throughout the whole time. Does an awesome job. I know for me, it just kind of made me feel old hearing how old Cam Newton is. But, you know, we all relate in a different way. But think about how many conversations that person's going to have about their birthday. And now they go, oh, yeah, I was born on the same day as Irving Berlin. Myself, I was born on the same day as Michael Jackson. So there you go. You know, you've got some interesting things. But it's memorable. It's way more fun. It's way more personal. And you know what's great? This literally took him 45 seconds to record and send this, because he actually does it through our Gmail extension that we have. We do integrate with Gmail and with Outlook. And what's cool about these is we actually bring some of our capabilities into your inbox. You can see in the top left there, we've actually got a send video button that we bring in. All you have to do is click send video. And what it does is it pops open your normal compose window as well as your video recorder. So you're not taking any more time than if you were typing. So all you've got to do is just click that red record button. You'll see it counts down and flashes. Once it flashes, you're recording that video right now. Whenever you're done, once you've got the value across, you hit spacebar to stop it. And then you'll click a little orange save button in that bottom right corner. BombBomb does the rest. We take care of all the technical stuff that you don't want to deal with. So we're going to take the first 3 seconds of your message and create an animated preview of it and embed that in the email exactly like what you're seeing there. The rest of it, normal Gmail stuff. I put in the subject line, I put who I'm sending to, I can add some text below the video there, and I click send just like I normally would. That email is off. Now what's cool, all I have to do is keep an eye on the tracking. What kind of engagement am I getting? That bar on the right side shows me what emails I've sent, what opens I've gotten, what plays I've gotten. I can scroll through that and keep an eye on that to make sure that I'm seeing the appreciation that people are getting and following up with the right people at the right time. Now, I feel like you guys have done such an awesome job on this training. I'm going to show you one more video. And some of you are probably going, wait a second, there was a headshot on there that he hasn't shown us that person yet. Well, congratulations to you. You were paying really good attention. This is Jeff Wagner. Jeff Wagner is a loan officer down in Houston, Texas. And you know what? I'm not even going to say anything about it. I want you to listen to him tell his story.
So I picked out 20 specific realtors. I looked at realtors I had never met before, looked up their profiles in the area that I live, and I tried to find a common ground. An example, kids go to my kid's school. One person loves the Houston Texans, huge Texan fan. I am. So I shot them a video and said, hey, Michelle, Jeff Wagner here. I see your children go to St. Anne's School. So do mine. And I'd love to grab a cup of coffee with you and share some ideas on how we can help each other with our business. How's that sound? And I also followed up with a phone call. And out of 20 appointments, I have them right here on my desk, right over there. Out of 20, 14 had accepted coffee appointments with me. 14 out of 20. It's unbelievable, the success rate. We would kill for that success rate in our business. So I have my whole team doing it now, and we're getting success. We're getting new realtor face-to-face appointments, generating revenue. And it's because of initiating the contact through BombBomb.
How many of you are getting a 70% open rate on the emails that you're sending? How many of you know even the amount of opens you're getting on your emails? Take that. That's literally opening an email. Jeff got a 70% success rate on setting appointments, live appointments with people from the video messages that he sent out. Would you say those 20 emails were worth his time? Yeah. What an incredible way to start building better relationship, rehumanizing yourself, and using video to do all of that. So let's recap this as we finish up this training here today. I want to make this into really, really simple steps so you can remember exactly what to focus on moving forward here. Number one, it's all about relationships. Every single video that I showed you is built on building better relationships. It's not about being flashy or fancy. It's getting you in front of the right people so they get to know you better. Number two, fear is real, and that is okay. We all feel it. We're all in the same boat with you. I showed you real life stories of people that felt that and turned that into the springboard, like Brene Brown said. They turned that vulnerability and made it that drive for them to now record hundreds and thousands of videos and directly impact people in their day-to-day life. Number three, the STEP method. Easy peasy, smile, time, eye contact, personal. Remember those things because I'm excited for you. Those will help you get the best results and they'll help you feel more comfortable on camera to overcome that fear and that vulnerability. And last but not least, it's super easy with BombBomb. Whether you're using our mobile app, whether you're sitting at your computer with our Gmail or our Outlook extensions or add-ons, it's a piece of cake. It does not have to take you any longer than what you would normally type out. You can record and send out, even maybe quicker than that. Now, I promised you a challenge. I promised you a challenge at the beginning of this conversation that I was going to ask you to do something after this training. And here's why. Because I know that there's a lot of stuff we talked about today, but I know if you start implementing this today, you'll start seeing results today. And that's what I'm excited about. So here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I want you to record 2 videos today. And guess what they are? Thank you videos. Exactly. You got it. The number 1 best responded to videos that we send out are thank you videos. I want you to pick out 2 people, whether it's referral agents or past clients or people you know, family, friends, wife, I don't care. Send them a thank you video. Let them know how much they mean to you. Oh, but it doesn't stop there, right? Tomorrow, I want you to send 2 more thank you videos to 2 different people. And the next day, 2 more videos to different people. I think you're starting to get my trend here. For the next 7 days, I want you sending out 2 videos a day. This will literally take you 5 minutes a day to be able to do with our system. I don't care if you're in your trial. I don't care if you've already got your membership. You can get to 14 videos in the next 14 days with only spending 5 minutes a day. That's less than an hour total over the course of a week. That's amazing. And you know what? I want you to feel the impact. I want the recipients to feel the impact of what you're sending out. So you think you can commit to that? Can you do that for me? Awesome. So one last thing that I want to kind of put on your brain as we finish up this training here. I want to leave you with one thought because we're kind of asking you to do something that you may or may not feel super comfortable with. Look back down at that paper on your desk. What's that one goal or hurdle that you're looking to achieve or overcome in the next couple of months here? Focus on that. Each one of these 14 videos that you record over the next week is one step closer to achieving that or overcoming that. Because think about it, one video, right? One video is going to equal one better relationship with that client. That better relationship is going to equal more trust with that person, which is going to make more likelihood for business, which is one giant step closer to that goal that you're looking for. I'm really excited for you. I want you to know that we are here for you at BombBomb. We've got an amazing customer care team. If you need to call in and talk to a real person, they're here for you. We've also got amazing resources online. We've got a blog that you can look up. We've got a support website if you need any help. We're here to walk you through. And I want you to know we're not just making this stuff. We've literally written the book on how to rehumanize your business with video enablement like we've been talking about today. So to close this all out, thank you. Thank you for jumping into the training. We're going to get you into that 20%. Now get out there, grab your camera, have some fun, and go take that next step, okay?